Have been asking me about my opinion on this road to WrestleMania. We started off the year with a great Royal Rumble extravaganza, I would say. It was pretty hot. We had some people who we were expecting to return or to make a show, especially it was in Saudi Arabia. So what I'm trying to see is this going to be an ongoing thing where a lot of things are predictable? You may ask me, what are you talking about? Because it seems like whenever we're doing a Saudi show, it's looked like it's going to be extremely hard to have the element of surprise. You know, yeah, having Brock Lesnar show up is not really an element of surprise, but it would have been a nice little touch. A lot of people was expecting The Rock to join also. The Tribal Chief had already told that he was going to go into the Royal Rumble, and in fact won. And we could fast forward to the Elimination Chamber that just passed. You know, I would give the Chamber, man, a 7 out of 10. I know some people agree, some wants to crucify me, but you know I already told you before, this is my show, my talk. I say what I want to say, how I want to say it. If you don't like it, let me know in your comments. But when you look at it from this perspective right now, Seth Rollins being unmasked, the whole thing about who's this masked man was dragged down so long. And I know a lot of content creators touched on this point, but Seth Rollins being unmasked was a sign of relief. But when you look at it, is that how is the vision is going to benefit from Seth Rollins being against it? A beautiful curve stomp to Paul Heyman, which is one of those people who, honestly, not as a manager that don't get his respect, but as some kind of a in-ring performer, because he could sell. And if you looked at Monday Night Raw, the way he was just gushing, no diddy, but the way he was just bleeding from the mouth, from the face profusely, gave us a glimpse of ECW and Attitude Era. Now listen, yes, well, I'm in my 30s. We know that we can never ever go back to the 90s anymore. That's done. We can never go back to the 2000s. That's done. We have to look towards the future, as Paul Levesque so sadly say, that we gotta look towards the future. So a lot of us who's been watching wrestling for a long time is chasing something. We know when this season's around, it's supposed to be the highest rating, the highest running. You know, I hate to say it like this, but it's the Super Bowl of all wrestling. Vendors that's around, whether it's a 10 to 20 mile radius. And by the way, back then WWE had put a clause that whenever they're coming into a town, no other promoters can promote their shows, their matches around. So when you look at it, it's an extravaganza for wrestling as a whole, as a company. And this whole TKO WWE during this time is not feeling like that. And I go back to what I was saying about the Royal Rumble. Supposed to be the super exciting. Yes, Royal Rumble supposed to be something like the All-Star game. It's compared to like it being the All-Star game. But when you look at it now, it's been diluted once TKO took over.